Hey y'all, and welcome back to episode 24 of The Meetup. I'm your host, Demitra, and I'm so excited to be here. Joined with me today is a new face to FloTrack. Welcome to The Meetup, Inflo Olu. How are you doing today?
Hey, it's good to be here. It's a blessing.
I love it. Tell people about yourself. I know we can look you up, but he's cool. He's a jumper, Olympian, name all the things.
Yeah, about me. It depends on where we want to start. You want to start my past life or my current life? Where we want to
I mean, because you might see him taking photos too. That's true.
You see, I do a bunch of different things.
You do a bunch of different things. Tell the people your track background.
All right, my track background. I am a triple jumper by nature, but really I started running everything from the 55 up to the 5K.
Okay.
I ended up getting a little bit more specific with the jumps. Went to college, Indiana University, graduated in 2012. I know I got a baby face. And then, and then I ended up competing for Nigeria in the 2016 Olympics. And then I competed for Nigeria up to the point I retired in about 2021. And here we are. I picked up the camera, and I'm still on the track, just in a different capacity right now. So I've coached, I've competed, and now I'm creating.
I love it. Awesome. I cannot wait to have you on more episodes. So happy to have you in Austin. When we talk about this preview later on today, I can't wait to hear all your expertise about triple jump and everything.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get right into it.
I'm ready. All right. I want to go into first some things that kind of happened on social media. I was scrolling on Instagram and they went semi-viral, but Gabby Thomas made a post and this is what her Instagram story reads. So it says, doping coaches should be banned for life from coaching in the sport. Whether you were banned while competing as an athlete or caught distributing as a coach, for some both, I don't care. If you train under a coach who is known for doping once, twice, or even 3 times for some, you are complicit. That's my stance. Now, I will love your reaction because we both compete at the collegiate level, but you compete on the professional level.
Yeah.
And I think my first initial reaction is, I see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear, because we briefly talked about it yesterday, but I would love to get your opinion.
All right, so I'm not going to get canceled on my first time on the meetup, all right?
I mean,
but I will say this. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, if you are a coach, the coach-athlete relationship is such an intimate situation. And like a lot of these athletes, of course, we as athletes need to be responsible. We need to be responsible with what goes into our bodies, what we're eating, all these different things. But especially when you have younger and impressionable athletes. And I will say this, impressionability goes beyond age. You don't have to be young to be impressionable in this sport. But you have a lot of people who are impressionable and trust their coaches and call trusting their coaches being coachable. And then that coach then turns around and manipulates the situation so that they can get their own shine on the back of the athletes. I've seen it happen with people close to me. I won't say any names, but I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like if you are a coach who's proliferating that, I mean, you should get punched too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. And I think it's an interesting situation because I think my first thought is, I'm like, who governs this? Is this World Athletics? Is this by every nation? Is USATF? Like, who would govern this? And it's a sucky situation because she's not wrong, but it's to your point, it's this intimate relationship and it can be successful. It can be not successful no matter what the case may be, but your coach sees you during your highs, your lows, and everything in between. So it's like, why not trust your coach? And I think that trust sometimes, to your point, might not end up in, I don't want to say legal, but like, it might not end up in the best way. But yeah, I mean, I agree. My initial reaction was like, you're right. But I am the back of me, like being like not even devil's advocate, but being like a teeny tiny bit like skeptical and messy. I was like, what prompted her to do that? Because it wasn't like she got on Instagram, like that's a typed message. It's not like a repost. It's not like she got on her phone, took a picture of something black and got to typing.
Yeah, she wrote that to somebody. Who that somebody is, I'm sure they know. We may never know. But I'm sure she wrote that with a very specific target intent.
Yeah, Gabby be doing her research.
She does. She needs to
be on Twitter too. I love it. All right, now enough about Instagram. I want to go into our track and field deep dive because the Zurich Diamond League Final is around the corner. I am so excited. This is our mini preview. We won't be able to cover everything, but we'll be able to cover a few things. I'm gonna save triple jump till the end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, save the best for last.
Save the best for last. I'm gonna start with the men's 200 though. We have Noah versus Letsile. I am excited, but how are you feeling about it?
Okay, I'm always excited whenever I see Noah on run because Noah, I mean, for context, you talk about my story. We're both from Virginia. We're both from the Northern Virginia area. Little bit of trivia. I mean, I actually when I was coaching at a university out in the DC area, it was around the time that Noah was coming out, and I was like, there's no point in us even reaching out to him. But anyways, I'm always gonna root for Noah because he's a VA boy. But at the same time, I'm also African, so if it's Noah versus Letsile, I'm one of those guys who's like, I have two horses in the race, not just one. Whoever wins. But I think Noah is just so hard to beat, man.
Yeah.
Especially in his baby distance. Like, we saw what happened in Paris. Yes, the anomaly, the sickness, all that other stuff. But, like, you saw him step up to the 100 or step down to the 100, and he's still hard to beat there. So, I don't know, man. I feel like Noah's going to come out on top.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I think he's the national record holder, but like to go get third, 19.7, and you're sick.
Yeah.
That's scary. And to your point, when he lined up against Letsile recently, like Noah still has that competitive nature in him. And like, yes, the 100, maybe he hasn't won as much as he's liked, but in the 200, man hasn't lost yet this year. I mean, granted, he only raced a few times, but he's obviously gearing up for Tokyo. Yeah. And this is, I don't want to say just one more meet. It's a very big meet, but he like doesn't duck smoke, and he's showing up time and time again. In the two, I'm so excited. 200 is his baby. Yeah. And he's been dominating, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement I have for that is kind of like seeing what Keely just did in the 800 in her debut. I mean, you just pop out a 154? Like, who does that? Yeah. But at the same time, like, that's kind of how Noah's racing himself into shape. He's been at this level so long that it's just like, he's just checking the boxes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think, so if you had to pick, Olu, I know you said you have two dogs in the race, but you can only pick one. Yeah. Who are you picking?
I like to win, so I'm just going to have to go with Noah. And it's not no shade to my boy Letsile,
yeah.
But I mean, you just got to go with someone who has that track record. Yeah. No pun intended.
I agree. Yeah, no, I would go Noah too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Letsile though. Like, he's still an Olympic champion. He gets all my respect, but yeah, I think, yeah. And also they're really cool with each other, which helps too. It's not like on some Noah Kenny beef. It's like, they're like cordial, different personalities, but they still respect each other. And I love it.
For sure.
Now this next one. Ooh, am I going out of order? I would never do that. Femke Bol.
I mean, this is all respect to everybody else who is lining up in this race, because these are the best 400-meter hurdlers in the world. Mm-hmm. But Femke's running her own race.
She's never lost a Diamond League final. Like, she's never lost a Diamond League final since 2021. Like, the girl is, like, the target's on her back. Yeah. She's only there to, not even, like, she's there for herself. Like, she doesn't have to worry about anybody. Maybe she should worry, but like, she doesn't have to worry about anybody else. She's going to go out there, run her race, do what she does best, and that's win a Diamond League final. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. I mean, we know Femke's one of those people that she runs, again, talking about running yourself into shape. She's kind of opposite of Noah in that capacity, where like she will race. This girl will race and race and race and race and get to the finals, the final championship of the year, and still perform. So it's gonna be kind of nuts.
I'm excited to see how fast she decides to go, because I think, I know she's won since 2021, but typically, like, we've seen the Diamond League final was after your Worlds, after your Olympics. So I'm curious to see what her and her coach are cooking up. Like, is it a season's best? Is it a PB? Like, what are we going to do going into Tokyo? And I think winning is, like, obviously not even in the cards. It's her only card left. Is just to simply win. But I'm curious to see how fast does she go? Yeah. Yeah.
You think she's gonna go? I mean, based on her performances of this year, and what is your like hot take on her predicted time?
Her season best right now is 51.91. Yeah, and that was good weather. Lausanne, as we saw, was raining. Yeah, and I don't know how close that rain is to Zurich, but I think weather matters, and if weather is good, I could see another 51 point. Yeah, if weather's not good, I'll go 52 low. But I think she has it in her to execute, especially, and her eyes are obviously set on Tokyo. Like, she fully capable. But yeah, I would say 50. I would love to see a 51. That would make me happy. Yeah. All right, this next one, Yared Nuguse. Actually, men's 15 overall, period. But Yared Nuguse has a chance to attempt to get this by. It's not going to be easy by any means. Like, no, it's not. But he's in the final. The dream is still alive, and he can still make this team. Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Man, Yared is that guy, the goose. I'd love to see the goose make it to Tokyo, and honestly, same thing. Until the last 5 meters of that race, and even 2 meters of that race, and we see who comes across the line, I'm still gonna be believing in Yared, because this guy, even though we've seen him I don't even say fall short. That's not fair. We've seen him lose big races.
Yeah.
But even winners lose. And we've also seen him show up in big races and get that medal in Paris.
Yeah.
And you saw him walk into this new year with a new level of confidence from that. I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think it's going to be easy, especially with like Niels in that race, Niels Lars in that race. That guy is scary.
Yeah.
But I feel like Goose is going to just like, I mean, I actually talked to him at Melrose Games earlier this year. Yeah.
Oh, after he broke the record.
Yeah.
He had it for like 7 days.
I know, crazy, right? At least he had it.
Yeah.
And so I talked to Yard at the Melrose Games right after he broke that indoor mile record, and he likened himself to a Pokemon. And I forgot which one he said. It was like this little rough and tough dog. He's like, and I talked to him about that last year. Last year he said he was more like a Bulbasaur. But this year he said he's this we're gonna have to put it up, but like this fierce little dog Pokemon. He's got that dog in him now, and I feel like that dog might come out in Zurich.
I love it.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Pokemon, but I'm entertained. I'm gonna go look up this image and I'll drop it in.
Yeah.
I like that, and I think I agree with you. I think Niels is the one person who like not scares me, but that's the one person I'm like, okay. And I'm hoping that because Yard lost to him when he thought that he was up there at it was a mile. The most recent Diamond League, Niels came away again. But I mean, Yard still looked, I mean, obviously you don't look great when you don't win, but he still looked good.
Yeah.
And I think that there's, like, it wouldn't surprise me if he came away with the win in Zurich at all. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's not like he fell from, like, first to ninth. Like, no, he was in the front pack and he just didn't have the kick. Yeah. And I think that's something that you can adjust. Maybe he was exhausted, tired legs from traveling. I think there's a lot of things that could factor into it. But I think Niels is the one person that might shake it up. But for the sake of me rooting for Team USA, I'm rooting for Yard. Yeah, I want it for him.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement on that one.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. Now, I want to go into men's 100. Now, we won't see Noah Lyles in it, but we'll see him in the 200, which still makes me happy. But I'm so excited because we have quite the field. We have Trayvon Bromell, Christian Coleman, Brandon Hicklin, Simbine, literally everybody. But I'm most excited for Trayvon Bromell. I'm a USA girly. I'm a Baylor Bear through and through. And he's had a great season. And I think even at USA's, I think the USA team was extremely hard to make because he ran fast. Yeah. It just wasn't fast enough. Yeah. Like in another year, another world, not even another world, another year, he would have made the team. So I think to see him still running in this Zurich Diamond League Final, it makes me happy. Obviously, there's no bye to get for USA, but I would love to see him still get a victory. Yeah. I mean, there's still Simbine in the mix, but yeah.
Yeah. Trayvon is, again, and we talk about people who are that guy. Mm-hmm. Like Trayvon, despite the challenges he's had over the past however many years, he always shows up as Trayvon. And he always does what he got to do. He never makes excuses. That's what I always have respect. Like athlete to athlete, I have so much respect for him for that. I think he might come out. I think he's probably going to come out on top. That's my pick for Zurich.
I mean, he's always my pick.
Yeah.
He's always my pick. I can't deny the talent in the field.
Right.
That's why I'm like, Simbine is still very much in there, but no, Trayvon, he's never not been my pick. Yeah. Me and English Gardner were like, we're on the Trayvon train for USA. Like, we were rooting for people. It just didn't work out in our favor. Yeah. But, yeah.
Say the U.S. is the hardest team to make. I think this year that was probably true. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, let's keep in mind, he ran 984. Yeah. And didn't make a team with that.
Insane. And went 9.7 earlier this year. Like,
the man's in shape.
He's in shape.
The man's in shape.
What a comeback, too.
Yeah. Inspiring.
Now, same side, I want to stay on this 100 side. We have the women's 100. We get to see Miss Olympic champ Juju back at it. I think for me, it was tough to see her at pre. Yeah. And not tough, but like Melissa obviously won, and I'm very happy for her. But Juju didn't. About 70 meters in, I was like, this doesn't look like the Julian I know. Like when they came up side by side, I'm like, because we've seen Julian race and react, and I think seeing her do that, it wasn't the Julian that we've seen before, and I know she wasn't happy about it either. So I'm excited to see her slowly put the pieces together ahead of Tokyo. Julian's, I really want her to put it together. And I don't need anything crazy, but I think it's one thing to be, as an athlete, to be satisfied with your performance to some extent. Losing, it sucks. Yeah. But I think there was this, like, she didn't feel like she even executed well. So I'm hoping that we see a good execution in Zurich. So then we go into Tokyo with even better execution. Yeah.
And honestly, to your point on that, like, a healthy Juju is a dangerous Juju. Mm-hmm. And I don't know I don't know all the details, but I feel like I've heard maybe there was some health issues going on this year with her body. So Yeah, to be able to go out and execute, especially in these technical events, the shorter the event, the more technical it is. You know, if you can go out and still hit your technical points in the race, even if you don't come away with the time that you might want, it's still like, okay, you know what? At the very least, I did what I got to do. When my body catches up to the technical execution, it's a wrap. So I want to see technical execution from Judy this week or this meet, because if we see that, and then you give her another 3+ weeks time, danger. So yeah.
I'm excited. I think even seeing her race throughout the Diamond League circuit, I believe it was Monaco, like flight delay, like flight problems, all these different things. And we see it time and time again with like your Messiah. Actually, a lot of athletes have flight troubles, but I think to bounce back from flight troubles like that, like she's still in a league of her own, in my opinion. I mean, there might be a couple people up there, but she's still Julian Alfred, and she didn't slow down since the Olympics. And I think it's hard to have an Olympic title and then the next year kind of have this target on your back and still maintain that. And I think she's handling it decently well. Nobody's doubting her. We just want her to get back to the Julian we saw earlier.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that could be frustrating, because when you come out on a fire year and you come back the next year and your body's not holding up, it can play with games with your mind. But there's also, I think it was Monaco where I can't remember the race. Maybe it was a 200. Don't quote me. But
it was Monaco, London. It was in that seat.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking.
There was a bubble of a race where she came across the line. She was like, she had this little grit in her teeth. I was like, yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I think you need that sometimes. Yeah. Now going to a little grit. Men's 3K, we have Grant Fisher. The man himself is lining up. I am excited for this. I mean, obviously I have a little bit of competition, but I'm looking forward to Grant. Yeah.
I think Grant Fisher, man, he's like this guy who is always in the mix. He's always right there. Whether he wins the race or he's second or third, he's just always in the, just like Yara. You never count out Grant. It's just a matter of when that race goes in his favor. And he's so experienced that, like, I mean, hey, you also have Graham Bell in it too, but I feel like Grant Fisher just has that seniority. He has that experience. I feel like he might shock us.
I do want to add Jimmy from France. I love Jimmy. We don't speak the same language, but I became a fan.
I love Jimmy.
Yeah. We could figure something out. Yeah. I'm excited to watch him race. His fan base is nice. He's nice, but I became a fan of him recently. And I think typically, I'm a fan of all things track and field, but oftentimes I find myself on like the sprint side of things. So USA, Jamaica, and then we have your Caribbean countries like St. Lucia. But him, I'm like, no, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
He has a fan in me for sure. So I'm excited to see Jimmy line up too.
Yeah, I think, again, another wild card, not necessarily the Tokyo wild card, but another wild card athlete who can come in things and shake things up. Again, kind of like the 3,000 meter version of Niels Laros.
Yeah.
Who can just come in and throw your entire race plan out the window. I'm looking forward to seeing it too.
Yeah, I love it. Now, staying on the distance side, on steeplechase, we have Faith Chirotich. Honestly, every Faith I know is in a league of their own. I don't know. Maybe I might name my future daughter Faith or something, but she's the only sub 9 minute in this entire field.
Yeah.
Was undefeated. She took second, unfortunately, to Winfred Yavi. Yeah. But other than that, she's just been racing and winning and running well. So I have no doubt that she's going to dominate. Only sub 9 minute, like, she has to be feeling bad.
Yeah.
Like, truly, not even a bad day, like feeling bad.
Yeah.
To not come away with this win.
I mean, we were talking about all the factors that kind of get in the way of a good performance at a Diamond League meet when you're traveling through Europe from, I guess in her case, Africa, wherever she's coming from in Kenya. I mean, or wherever her base is from, I should say. I'm not sure where that is, but at the same time, it's going to take, I'm not wishing this on anybody, but it's going to take some travel issues. It's going to take some sore legs. It's going to take some other things for her to not go out there and continue to dominate as she's been doing. Some athletes are just in a league of their own. Faith owns, like you said, it's something about having faith.
Yeah.
Like, they got faith that in their ownership of their events, from Kipyegon to Chirotich. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be one of those ones we can just kind of write off.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No offense to any other athlete.
Yeah, no, but I was like, we got to talk about there's a lot of things to talk about. I was like, Faith deserves the conversation.
For sure.
Now, before we get into men's jumps, I'm going to start up with women. I'm really saving you for the end.
Just making me,
Now, I think obviously I'm a USA fan, but I think watching USA's this year on long jump, we had both Jasmine Moore and Monet Nichols, and this is the picture of them hugging, make the team.
Yeah.
And I think coming this year around to see them not make the team in long jump after making the Olympic team was insane. So for me, I think as soon as Monet was done jumping, she came into, or I think it might have been the next day, but after that, she was like, well, like, I can still, like, the plan is to win, make it to the final, and then win the final. Like, get enough points, make it to the final, and then win that. So I know for her, the dream is somewhat still alive. And as for Jasmine Moore, we saw her crying.
Yeah.
Like, bawling. And I thought that she was going, I mean, I'm just assuming, I assumed that she was going to try to get this bye through the final, but she's not. She's just doing triple jump.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a two-part, but I'll let you take it whoever you want to go to first.
Okay, so we will take it there. As someone who's done both jumps in the college level before focusing on the triple when I came out, if you may have one that you lean more towards, and we know Jasmine Moore, she's a double Olympic medalist in the horizontal jump, so you can't necessarily say she's a triple jumper over a long jumper or vice versa. Although, and I haven't spoken to her personally yet, but I would imagine maybe the triple jump is her baby. I don't know. That's just me speculating. So when you don't make it, it's from the outside looking in. You might say, "Oh, she didn't make it in her preferred, or she made it in her preferred event, even if she didn't make it the other one." It doesn't matter. You're a jumper. We jump. So if you don't make it in an event that you expect to make it in, it's gonna hurt because you see yourself as that person who does both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, when you are able, especially because coming off of an Olympic year, I can speak from experience. Coming off an Olympic year to a non-Olympic year, even if there's a World Championships, there's some things change.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking for the next four, not back at the last four. So I think if I was trying to just like project myself into her mind or her coach's mind or what they're working on, I would say that maybe they say, you know, if there's a year where we're not making both teams, let it be this one and let that fire be channeled into the triple and go crazy because Jasmine can come out here and win the triple.
Yeah.
And that would be crazy. So I would say that on that side point. Now, on the other side of it, Monet Nichols, she knows how to show up.
Yeah.
If you need proof of this, go back and watch the U.S. trials last year for the Paris Olympics. She showed up in round 6, jumped exactly what she needed to jump to the centimeter to qualify for Paris. She knows how to show up.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about form and all these different things, but again, jumpers who know how to show up know how to show up. So I do feel like she's going to have some challenge because you got a slew of jumpers in there in the field. I think this field is a little bit smaller, but you have a slew of jumpers who could do something crazy. But I feel like if there's somebody who, just like we keep talking about this dark horse, if there's somebody, it's going to be Monet. And I got faith in that, so I have faith again.
Yeah, no, I'm rooting for Monet. I mean, in the field, we have Claire Bryant and Mahambo.
Yeah,
I think those are the other two. I mean, obviously, there's a bigger field, but like those are the two that I think might like shake it up. But to your point, Monet, she can jump, and although it makes me nervous, it can happen at the end, that last jump. So, I mean, obviously, I'm rooting for Monet. Her man already made the team. But it'll be nice to see both of them in Tokyo together.
Oh, for sure. That'd be really dope to see.
Yeah, and then also too, I mean, I think part of her Cinderella story, just to add in, is that she was technically 8th, but then Tara and I believe Jasmine pulled out, so she moved to 6th.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not saying things like it's working in her favor.
Yeah.
I want it would be so nice to happen. It would be a great story to tell, but I want to move on to men's triple jump. We've been sitting here for a minute on this one. Now, men's triple, I was talking to Olu in the office, and I was like, who from this field do you absolutely like know about, want to talk about? He was like, Demitra, I competed against the majority of these people except for maybe one. So before we even dive in, the Olympic podium, 2nd and 3rd will be there, which I'm looking forward to see. But I would love for you to take me through, maybe you can start with the 2nd and 3rd Olympic medalists, and then we can go into everybody else. And I want your opinions, knowledge, everything.
I mean, to be honest with you, this could really go on for too long. Yeah. But what I will say is this, and I've been writing it down. I've been saying it. I've talked to his coach. I saw him jumping because again, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit here. I set a track record, a facility record at University of Virginia, and who came through and beat it was Jordan Scott when he was a University of Virginia athlete. Jordan Scott has put 50 centimeters on his PB since last year. If you want to know what 50 centimeters is, that's almost 2 feet for my fellow Americans. That's about like 9 inches or something crazy like that. I've been in the situation where, when you're starting to figure it out in the triple, when you figure it out in the triple jump, it's not like long jump where you figure it out 6 inches at a time. You can figure out feet at a time, as you've seen. Jordan Scott has come out here and won. I mean, he's won 3 Diamond League technically, and then he won a 4th competition that was a non-Diamond League event. So he's run four times. He's won competition in Diamond League meets. He's been continuing to punch away. He's jumped 1752. He has one of the best seasons, like he's one of the top ranked jumpers in the world right now. Not only is he my pick for Zurich, because he's way ahead in the Diamond League standings as well, he's my pick for a medal in Tokyo. I said that. So I think, again, you can't count out someone like Pedro Pablo Pichardo because he is someone who's been doing it for so long. He still has 18 meter. He's an 18-meter jumper multiple times. He hasn't been in that type of form recently, but you can never count him out. You have Yasser Mohamed Triki, who I've also jumped against when he's from Algeria. I think he got, don't quote me, I think he got 4th in Paris. He's one of the top 5 in Paris, I believe. Okay. But even still, like, he's another one who can kind of just come up and do something crazy and put up a performance in Zurich as well. But as far as like my top, I want to stay focused on Jordan Scott and give him his flowers because I know what it's like to be away from a PR for so long and then to start figuring it out. And I'm seeing him do that. And look, that's my pick for Zurich. That's one of my picks for Tokyo. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to drop the mic on that one.
I love it. I'm going to keep you on triple jump just for a couple more minutes. Just as a sprinter because I run, but when it comes to triple jump, I think it's one of the most, what's the word? It looks pretty.
Yeah.
Does that, like, when it's done right, it looks good.
Yeah.
What does it take for a jump to look good? I know you're a coach too, so dumb it down
so like you got to be like a little cognitive dissonance here because I'm like, what looks good is good, but sometimes it doesn't look good and it can be great.
Okay.
To spare us all a technical breakdown, we'll probably have to come to that another time, but I will say this. What makes a jump look good, and I say this all the time, speed in the triple jump is the rule number one. I put this on my YouTube channel. I say this to any athlete who I coach. My coach instilled it in me growing up. Like, your number one rule in the triple jump is to maintain all speed at all costs. And here we're going to give you a little bit of a tip. We need to educate people on the field events, right? So can I talk real quick?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
So rule number one in the triple jump is that you need to maintain speed at all costs.
Okay.
And you cannot gain any more speed once you've left the board. You can only lose it. So if we want to maintain as much speed as we possibly can from running our approach into the pit so we can jump as far as we can, we need to make sure we're maximizing our phases in each phase from the approach through the landing. Now, the ones who are able to find and maximize their technique in such a way that they lose very little momentum between phases, that's what creates that poetry in motion look. Because when you see someone running and they take off and it looks like they're gliding because they haven't just clunked and stopped and lost momentum, that's what makes it really pretty. So you want to know what makes a triple jump look pretty? It's not losing momentum, but that's also what makes a triple jump a big jump. So that's the key, both to jumping far, but also making it look good.
I love it. Poetry in motion. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. I was like, I've said this term before. So what you're telling me is Jordan's the fastest.
He's pretty quick. Okay. But the triple jump, like, again, it's not like long jump is like fastest. You can it's going to kind of like equate to longest jumps in some cases. Triple jump not the case because the faster you are, the stronger you have to be able to handle that speed. But Jordan does run with really good mechanics. And he is quite quick, so that when he does take off of the board, it just looks good. He's very technically sound. It's a very pretty looking jump. There are some people who jump far and it doesn't look nearly as pretty.
Okay.
And that's not no shots.
I'm only here for the poetry and motion jumps.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess if you want more poetry and motion while you're watching this in Zurich, another guy to watch out for is, of course, Pichardo. Like, this man, and when he's in form, it's just like you can watch him jump. It's like he's bouncing on the moon. It's poetry in motion. It's beautiful to watch.
I love it. Well, thank you. Yeah. I might have to get out there. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll save your knees on that part. But
I'm like, I might not make the pit, but I love it. Now, that is enough of our deep dive. Tune in Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have pre-shows, during the show, post-shows, talking to all the athletes, all the fun things for Diamond League Zurich. Now, I want to go into Tokyo because Tokyo is about a month away, less than a month away. And I need to do some more way too early Tokyo predictions because it's going to come to a point where the predictions are no longer way too early and it's like regular predictions, which I think is after this week. It becomes normal because we've seen what we need to see. We know the teams. I'm going to start on the jump side. I'm going to do women's long jump based off of the field right now. There's no final hasn't happened yet.
Look, you don't count out Olympic champions. You don't count out Olympic champions named Tara Davis Woodhull. I mean, she's not jumping in Zurich, but she's been dominant all year. You saw what she did at USA. She had her back against the wall, popped out. I think she jumped like 690 something, came back with 712, was it? Like, she knows how to show up. And when she shows up, she doesn't just show up to get through. She shows up and puts up lifetime best marks, or at least top 5 lifetime best marks. Tara Davis in her best, which she's in her best form right now, can come out there and win. Malaika Mihambo, I mean, you don't count on another champion, but I feel like the thing about Malaika is that obviously we know how good she is, but I feel like Tara has that energy that gets in people's heads, and I think like that's going to be the X factor for the women's long jump. And then my third pick for the women's long jump, I mean, I'm going to be a little bit biased to my American citizenship.
You're stealing my podium, Olu.
Hey, you know what I'm saying. Who am I going to say?
Claire
Bryant, because she is showing up. She knows, same thing. She knows how to show up. And when you're having a breakthrough year and you're just trusting, you're coaching, you see her compete, and you know that she's just like locked in and trusting what she's doing. I can't not. Like, if I'm putting money on it, I can't not put my money on the thing I think are going to win, right?
Yeah.
So that's my top 3.
That's fair. I'm going to just tell you my 3 with no explanation, because it's the same thing. I had Tara, I had Mihambo, and I have Claire.
Yeah.
For the literal same exact reasons.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy not put Mihambo on the podium, but Tara's Tara. We've seen the girl jump. We've seen the energy she brings. And then Claire. After Nanjing, I said, I'm a believer.
Yeah. And then to carry that momentum from indoors to outdoors, a lot harder than people think. And she's done it all year, so that's my pick. Those are my picks.
Now, men's 100, I'm going to go first because I refuse to steal my podium this time. But I don't think you're going to choose the exact same ones because it's a little crazy. But here's the way too early Tokyo predictions for the men's 800. I have Emmanuel, which makes sense, Olympic champ. Okay, let me explain. This would be a dream.
If you say what I'm about to say, what I think you're going to say.
The next 2 names, I'm like, this will be a dream. Donovan and Cooper. That I'm here for it. And I know it's crazy to count out a lot of people. Yeah, but I think Donovan and Cooper to round out that podium, I would be so excited. I'm going to be in Tokyo like screaming, yelling, waving like everything. But I think Emmanuel, I could see him easily winning. Not easily, but I could see him winning with confidence. But Donovan and Cooper, that would be fun.
Yeah. And I mean, I took your thunder, you took mine. I mean, so yes, my picks are, of course, same 3, Wanyoni, Brazier, Lichtenhouse. But if I'm going to try to shake things up and not say exactly what you just said, I mean, you can't count out a Bryce Hoppel at any point in time. Same situation. He's always there. May not be getting the results you want, but sometimes it means not getting what you want a bunch of times to get exactly what you need.
That is so true.
So I feel like he might have something in his back pocket as well. Y'all can look at Cooper. Y'all can look at Donovan. Y'all can look at Emmanuel. And as you keep looking at them, you're going to see me coming across. I can see that.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see.
I like it. And because even when I was looking at looking at the fields as of like right now, even like Marco, I'm like, I feel like if sometimes he hasn't executed how he wanted to, but like he's still Marco, like he's still fast.
He's still been
I'm
there.
sticking beside my dream podium, but yeah, to your point, Bryce, Marco. Honestly, hey, it's way too early. Talk to me after the final. Things might change. And also Cooper just went pro.
Crazy.
Like, does that change things?
Crazy. And wait, hold up. We didn't even talk about what if Josh Hoey makes it through in Zurich?
And that's why I was like, this is way too early. That's why I'm like, this is way too early because Hoey, the fact that he didn't make the team, I mean, I'm glad we didn't do USA predictions because the way I would have been dead wrong. And not even being a hater, I just would have been wrong. Like nobody could have predicted what we just saw. Honestly, Cooper was happy to make the final. Like, let alone make the team. Yeah, I think because Hoey has a solid chance. And talk to us next week. Talk to us next week. We'll change our predictions. It'll be no longer be way too early. It'll be just regular predictions based off of the facts.
For sure.
I love it. Now, our friends or coworkers over in Europe had the chance to sit down with Neil Gourley. This is our final edition of this segment for I think the next couple months, but it's Under Armour is for milers. And we got a chance to hear from him and what it's like training and all the things. So let's go ahead and listen to this clip.
Under Armour sponsor a group based in Flag called Mission Run Dark Sky Distance. And it's been something I've been a part of for 3 years now. It feels like I'm kind of an old guy of the team. I'm sort of like the grandpa really, because I've been around a few years. There's been so much change since I even got there. So I'm one of the older people in the group, but I find that you know, my coach Stephen Haas has done a great job of assembling just a really good crew of people, like just, you know, off the track, even just a really good group of people, which I've found has been brilliant. And I think there's a culture there that has allowed us to really sort of exceed expectations. I think, you know, 3 years, even 2 years ago, we're kind of nowhere near where we are now in terms of the levels that's expected of us, and in terms of the levels that people are just performing at, and the levels that people are still aspiring to perform at as well. I think there's a lot of hunger for not just wanting to be at championships, for actually wanting to deliver at championships and be on podiums and bring home silverware. So those aspirations are there. We've got the training environment, the coaching set up, the sort of funding to back that up, and yeah, it's just been fun to see the progress in the last couple of years.
I am so happy that they got to talk to him.
Yeah, that's cool. It's really cool.
He talks about like we've made good progress. No, you just win a lot. Like you but like you win a lot. That's
that is progress. And you know, he talks about being the old man in the group, but I mean, he's not that old. Let's be real. 30 something is not that old, and is he even 30 something? I think he might even be like late 20s.
Yeah, late
30s.
20s. Yeah.
So that's not old, okay? Because if you call yourself old for that, you're calling me old. But you're over here. Clearly, that seniority is leading to something, because he just won his third 1500 meter title as British champs in a row.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, I love to see the progress. I love to see what Under Armour is doing. It's super inspiring to see the scrappiness, you know, but at the same time, there's like legitimate quality talent there, you know?
Yeah, no, Neil's cooking up, and I love that he gives his props, because we go back to those coach relationships, to the coach and the environment that's set up for him to succeed. And I think having an environment for him to succeed is so successful. And I think to your point of seeing the progress, him winning his third title, but also being able to stick beside his coach, because we see coach changes all those things, and he's sticking beside his brand, his coach, his environment. It's really nice to see. Things are working well for him, and yeah, I can't wait to see him also in Tokyo.
Yeah, super exciting. Super exciting to see the progress there.
I love it. Well, that is a wrap for episode 24. It's been a pleasure having you on, Olu. If you're not subscribed to All Things Flow, go ahead and do that. Olu, any final words for the people?
Hey, man, it's great to be here. Hopefully y'all see a lot more of me later.
And we'll always be talking track and field, so make sure y'all tune in next time. Bye, y'all. Peace.